Picture yourself walking America's grandest streets, New York's dazzling Manhattan, Los Angeles' sun-drenched Venice Beach, Seattle's vibrant Capitol Hill, only to stumble upon a hidden America, sprawling tent cities under freeways, where over 500,000 souls shiver in the cold, their dreams crushed by a nation's indifference. How can a country that spends billions on innovation and war leave so many to sleep on its sidewalks? Welcome to Travel Homeless News, your cinematic journey into the heart of America's unseen stories. We travel from coast to coast, crafting gripping documentaries that reveal the resilience, pain, and hope of the homeless. From a teacher surviving in a subway station to a mother shielding her child in Skid Row, their stories are a call to action. Will America rise with compassion or let hope fade? Join Travel Homeless News. Subscribe now and dive into this American odyssey to uncover truths that demand to be heard. America's homelessness crisis, a nation's divide. Homelessness in America is a stark reflection of deep economic and social fractures. On any given night in 2025, over 580,000 people, equivalent to the population of a small city, sleep without stable shelter, a 10% increase since 2020, per the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD. From Manhattan's glittering avenues to Phoenix's desert sprawl, tents crowd urban alleys, and makeshift camps line freeways. I never imagined this life, a former nurse named Elena told Travel Homeless News. Her belongings in a cart, near Seattle's Capitol Hill, skyrocketing rents, stagnant wages, and underfunded services fuel this crisis. Travel Homeless News journeys across America, capturing these stories in powerful documentaries. Why does a nation that spent $886 billion on defense in 2024, per the Congressional Budget Office, abandon so many? Like, comment, and subscribe to amplify these voices and spark change across the USA. Elena's Odyssey, a nurse in Seattle's shadows. In Seattle's Capitol Hill, Elena, a 45-year-old former nurse, embodies the crisis's human toll. I worked 60-hour weeks saving lives, she shared with Travel Homeless News, sitting by a tent near a trendy cafe, her medical books tucked in a backpack. But a $1,500 rent hike in 2023, after a divorce, broke me. Elena's eviction came swiftly after her savings dwindled, forcing her to navigate freezing nights and scorching days. She volunteers at a shelter, teaching first aid to stay connected to her calling. I tell myself it's temporary, she said, her voice wavering. A local nonprofit recently offered housing leads, igniting hope. I dream of nursing again, helping others heal, she vowed. Travel Homeless News documents Elena's journey in our American odyssey. Subscribe, comment, hope for Elena, and follow her path to recovery. A system crumbling under pressure. America's homelessness crisis is driven by systemic failures. Rents have surged 20% in a decade, while wages for low-income workers rose just 5%, per 2025 Zillow data. Only 37 affordable units exist for every 100 low-income renters, per the National Low-Income Housing Coalition. Over 30% of the homeless, 174,000 people, face mental health or substance issues, yet only 20% access care, per HUD. Public assistance programs buckle under demand, with strict criteria excluding many. The system's rigged against us, an outreach worker told Travel Homeless News in San Francisco's Tenderloin. In 2024, the US spent $50 billion on homeless services, yet tent cities grow. Travel Homeless News travels to expose these gaps. Subscribe to Demand Solutions and comment on breaking this cycle below. Manhattan, New York, opulence and despair. Manhattan's skyscrapers cast long shadows over a hidden crisis. Studio rents average $4,000 monthly per 2025. Zillow pricing out workers. Over 3,500 homeless sleep in subways or shelters nightly, per HUD. I see billionaires pass my corner, a man told. Travel homeless news. Near Wall Street. Gentrification and a 15% rent spike since 2020 displace thousands. Non-profits serve 1,800 meals daily, but shelters turn away 300 nightly per city data. Travel homeless news. Travels to reveal Manhattan's inequality. Subscribe to uncover these stories and share solutions for urban equity below. Brooklyn, New York. Culture clashing with crisis. Brooklyn's street art and hip cafes mask a homelessness surge. Gentrification raised rents 18% since 2020, per Zillow, displacing 3,000 yearly, per 2025 city reports. Over 4,500 homeless live in shelters or alleys, per HUD. My block's now condos, a woman told. Travel homeless news in Williamsburg. Community groups distribute 1,000 hygiene kits monthly, but demand outstrips supply. Travel homeless news captures Brooklyn's resilience. Subscribe to explore this mosaic and comment on preserving affordable housing below. Bronx, New York, heritage and hardship. The Bronx's cultural roots, hip-hop, art, community, contrast with inequality. Rents rose 12% since 2020, per Zillow, while 35% earn below $30,000, per 2025 census data. Over 5,500 homeless sleep in shelters or streets, per HUD. My landlord tripled my rent, a father told. Travel homeless news, near Grand Concourse. Non-profits house 700 families yearly, but wait lists span years. Travel homeless news documents the Bronx's spirit. Subscribe to amplify these voices and share how to rebuild communities below. Skid Row, Los Angeles, America's epicenter. Skid Row, Los Angeles, is synonymous with urban poverty. Over 4,500 live in tents or alleys, per 2025 HUD data, amid decaying infrastructure. It's a fight to survive, a woman told. Travel homeless news. Near a mission. Mental health and addiction affect 40%, yet only 10% access care, per city reports. Residents share food, forming bonds. Non-profits serve 2,500 meals daily, but shelters lack 1,200 beds. Travel homeless news. Venice Beach, Los Angeles. Art amid anguish. Venice Beach's boardwalk, murals, performers, tourists, hides 1,200 homeless, per 2025. HUD data. People step over my art, a painter told Travel homeless news under a pier. Rents rose 25% since 2020, per Zillow. Mobile clinics serve 400 monthly, but care lags. Travel homeless news captures Venice's contrasts. Subscribe to explore this tapestry and share how to balance leisure with compassion below. Capitol Hill, Seattle. Innovation and isolation. Capitol Hill's nightlife and murals mask 2,200 homeless, per 2025 HUD data. Rents rose 20% since 2020, per Zillow, displacing 1,800 yearly, per city data. My rent doubled, a barista told. Travel homeless news. Near a cafe. Non-profits house 500 yearly, but wait lists grow. Travel homeless news. Reveals Seattle's struggle. Subscribe to demand affordability and comment on solutions below. Fremont Street, Las Vegas. Neon and need. Fremont Street's glitz hides 1,500 homeless, per 2025 HUD data. Tourists ignore me, a man told. Travel homeless news near a casino. Rents average were $300 per Zillow amid economic instability. Non-profits serve 600 meals daily, but shelters lack 400 beds. Travel homeless news documents Las Vegas's duality. Subscribe to uncover these stories and share support ideas below. Tenderloin, San Francisco. Despair and defiance. Tenderloin's streets host 3,200 homeless, per 2025 HUD data, amid $3,800 rents, per Zillow. I'm invisible, a woman told. Travel homeless news. Near a shelter. Non-profits serve 1,200 meals daily, but services lag. Travel Homeless News exposes Tenderloin's struggle. Subscribe to Demand Housing and comment on restoring. Dignity below. 30th Street Station, Philadelphia. Transit and tragedy. Philadelphia's 30th Street Station shelters 900 homeless nightly, per 2025 city data. "It's my only roof," a man told Travel Homeless News. Amid commuters, rents rose 15% since 2020, per Zillow. Non-profits offer 500 beds, but need outpaces supply. Travel Homeless News documents this hub. Subscribe to explore these lives and share solutions below. Phoenix, Arizona, desert and desperation. Phoenix's boom hides 2,800 homeless per 2025 HUD data amid $1,500 rents per Zillow. The desert's unforgiving, a woman told VOW, Travel Homeless News. Near a camp, mobile clinics serve 250 monthly, but care lags. Travel Homeless News reveals Phoenix's struggle. Subscribe to demand support and comment on aiding desert. Communities below. Root causes, a perfect storm. A housing shortage drives the crisis. Rents rose 20% in a decade, wages 5%, per 2025 data. The top 1% earned 20 times the bottom 90%, per census data. Mental health and addiction affect 30%, yet only 20% access care, per HUD. Shelters lack 120,000 beds nationwide. Travel Homeless News unravels these threads. Subscribe to understand and comment on solutions below. Children in the crisis, young dreamers. Over 1.5 million US students are homeless in 2025, per the Department of Education, including 10,000 in New York and 8,000 in Los Angeles. "I walk miles to school," a teen told. Travel Homeless News in the Bronx. Only 15% of shelters serve families, forcing sacrifices. Tutoring programs reach 5,000 kids yearly, per city data. Travel Homeless News advocates for these dreamers. Subscribe to ensure kids thrive and share ideas below. Stigma's heavy toll. Stigma dehumanizes the homeless. 70% feel judged, per a 2025 HUD survey. "People think I'm lazy." A man told Travel Homeless News in Seattle. Public art projects like Faces of the Unhoused challenge biases. Travel Homeless News shifts perceptions. Subscribe to foster empathy and comment on ending stigma below. Solutions, a blueprint for change. Housing. First, housing 85% long-term, per 2024 studies, is critical. Mobile clinics served $60,000 in 2024 per HUD. Expand them. Job training employed 12,000 homeless in 2023, per city data. Community networks housed 6,000 families in 2024. Travel Homeless News documents solutions. Subscribe to inspire change and share your vision below. Innovations. Sparks of hope. Microhomes housed 3,000 in 2024, per city data. Apps connected. 7,000 to services in 2025. Community kitchens trained 4,000 for jobs. Travel Homeless News showcases breakthroughs. Subscribe to amplify them and comment on scaling hope below. America's Mirror, a call to reflect. 80,000 homeless in 2025 reflect America's choices. Tents beside wealth expose empathy's failure. Only 15% of budgets fund housing, per 2024 data. Travel Homeless News challenges this. Subscribe to build compassion and share this video. Rewriting America's future. America stands at a crossroads. Neglect or compassion. Build homes, fund care, protect tenants. Travel Homeless News shares hope. Elena's grit, Jamal's fight, Maria's love. Subscribe to join our movement. Comment your vision, share and rewrite America's story, one home at a time. A nationwide call to compassion. America's streets hold 580,000 stories. Elena, Jamal, Sarah, Maria, Carlos, Lisa, Anna. Travel. Homeless news. Documents their fight. Act. Share Sarah's grit. Volunteer. Offer kindness. Comment. How can we support these lives? Like, share, and subscribe to build an America where everyone has a home.